Hello, Tanisha. You notice I'm pronouncing your name. Hello, Minister Jackson. Delia. Let's see who else. Mr. Rod, Mary. Hello, Velma. Pastor Linda. Hello, all. So, hello, everybody. We'll give about about a half minute or so longer here, and then we'll get going with tonight's Bible study. Thank you all who've already joined us. Hello, Jaleesa. Latricia. Kaya. Okay. Let's get going with tonight's Bible study. Well, welcome to tonight's Bible study. My Bible study is basically a basic read through the Bible, and we share the Christian perspective on this, and with some commentary of my own that I write, and so there's no copyright issues on that. Now, if you're online tonight and you're not interested in listening to it from the Christian perspective, then this is probably not the Bible study for you, because that is the perspective that we will be taking. Tonight's lesson is going to come from a very familiar scripture for those who've done any Bible study, or if you've ever been around any Bible at all. It's going to be the story of it's going to be a story of Samson in Judges 16. So we're going to look tonight at Judges 16, verse 23 through 31. So Judges 16, verse 23 through 31. All right. And tonight's topic is going to be push through trust. Okay. Push through trust. All right. So if I say anything else, it's push through trust, in case I get tongue-tied. See, I did it already. Tongue-tied. So we're going to talk about push through trust tonight using Judges 16, verse 23 through 31. And as always, if you're following along with Minister Jackson, she takes very, very good notes, but you're also free to post notes, and you're also free to ask questions, and I'll make sure I get two answers back out to you at the end of the lesson. All right. So tonight we want to talk about, again, push through trust from Judges 16, 23 through 31. And I'll be reading, see which version I'm reading tonight. I'll be reading King James Version, looks like, tonight, as we do our reading. All right. So now, all right. Now, when we think about this subject matter of push through trust says, Lord, I'm about to do this, whatever this is. All right. Lord, I'm about to do this. I'm about to do something. So I'm trusting you to give me the strength and courage and wisdom to do it all the way till the end. All right. There will be a time where you're about to do something you believe the Lord wants you to do, or something on behalf of the Lord, or something that should happen. And you're saying, Lord, I'm going to do it. And I need you I'm going to trust that you're going to give me the strength, courage, and the wisdom to do it to the end. All right. So you're positioning yourself to say, Lord, I'm about to do this, but I need to trust you with doing it. Okay. And I need to trust that what I'm about to do is what I should be doing. All right. And here's the other thing about this push through trust. All right. As we lay the foundation for this, you're asking him to give you this. And here's your part. You're willing to look like a fool trying to get it done. Okay. You're willing to look Like, it doesn't make any sense at all that you're trusting him to let you get it done. There are going to be some challenges before you that you're not going to, it's going to look like this makes no sense for you even to try to do this. You need to have push through trust that God is going to deliver you through it and you're going to get to victory. You get it? So that's what push through trust sets you up for, all right? So when we talk tonight about push through trust, you got to decide that I'm willing to look foolish till the end. I'm going to get it done because I'm trusting God in what I'm doing. All right? You ready to go? Here we go. Let's start reading verse 23, and we'll make some other points here with you, all right? Here it is. All right, here's Samson. He's already been captured by the Philistines. We'll pick up at verse 23. Then the Lord of the Philistines gathered together for an offering to the great sacrifice unto Dagon their God, and to rejoice. This is Judges 16, starting at verse 23. For they said, our God has delivered Samson, our enemy, into our hands. Here's something you need to understand right away and why you need push through trust. Because there's going to be a time when the enemy is going to look like it has victory over you. It could be your health, could be your relationship, could be your finance, could be whatever it is. It's going to look like it has victory over it. And guess what? The enemy loves to brag when it has victory over you. So you're going to need push through trust, because the day is going to come when someone's going to look at your circumstance and they're going to start to pick on you for it. They're going to start to think that they have victory over you. All right. All right. Someone's going to start a church after you start yours, 20 years after you start yours, and theirs is going to grow bigger than yours. They're going to start looking, oh, is that where you are? Don't worry about it. Push through trust is going to get you past that. All right, you follow? Some others are going to have kids that they're going to go on to get MD degrees, and your kids are going to decide that they're not going to get MD degrees, that they're happy doing something else, working at parks and recreation, where they don't pay very well, but people enjoy it, and it's a meaningful lifestyle. But someone's going to try to make you feel bad about it. Push through trust will get you past that. Again, we're talking about push through trust, in case I say anything else. All right? So be ready for the enemy to laugh at you. Don't worry about it. And when the people saw him, they praised their God, for they said, our God has delivered the hands of the enemy and destroyed our country, which slew many of us. They're going to put you on Facebook. One person going to laugh, and they're going to convince everybody else to start laughing at you. All right? They're going to laugh at your career. They're going to laugh at your marriage. They're going to laugh at where you live. They're going to laugh at your home, your vehicle, the clothes you wear, your hairstyle, your size, all right? Your education, all right? You're going to need push through trust in God to get you through it. You just got to push through it. Hashtag me already. Push through it. Okay? And Samson said unto the lad that led him by the hand, suffer me that I can feel the pillars whereupon the house standeth, that I may lean upon it. When it comes to push through trust, you have to initiate it. That's right. Push through trust does not start on its own. You have to initiate it. And you don't initiate it after you leave the circumstance. You initiate push through trust in the circumstance. All right? You've got to initiate push through trust in the midst of your circumstance. Too many people are waiting till next Sunday to get to church so they can get to the altar so they can start to push through with their trust. You need to start your push through trust now. If you're in the circumstance now, start it now. Don't wait. Start it now. Start it now. So that's what Samson did. He's in the midst of the circumstance. Circumstance isn't going away. Yours isn't going away either. Time for you to get pushed through trust. All right? So he said, let me feel it that I may lean upon it. 27. Now the house was full of men and women, and all the lords of the Philistines were there. And there were upon the roof about 3,000 men and women that beheld while Samson made sport. Here's something else you need to understand and why you need push through trust. You are going to be outnumbered sometimes. Okay? And it appears in many instances the household of faith is outnumbered. Okay? And if you're not careful, you'll start to question whether or not you should continue in the direction you're going with the Lord. Should you continue to trust God in your life? Should you continue to trust living by the word of God when some others have decided not to? Should you continue to go after that career when everybody said to you, give up? You will be outnumbered. Here's the thing. God is not afraid of the numbers. Let me say that again. God is not afraid of the numbers. Therefore, neither should you be. Never allow the size of the circumstance to keep you from trusting God. Do not allow the size of the circumstance to keep you from trusting God. Ignore the cries from the crowd. Get ready to push through your situation by trusting God in your situation. All right. So Samson did this. He called upon the Lord, verse 28. O Lord, remember me, I pray thee, and strengthen me. I pray thee only this once. O God, that I may once avenge the Philistine for my 2 eyes. Okay, that's what he said. He wanted to avenge for his 2 eyes. Why? His loss of sight had limited him from his purpose. The loss of Samson's eyes had limited him from his purpose. And because he had no eyes, he had started to live like he had no purpose. Because he had diabetes, he had started to live like he had no purpose. Because he had gone through a divorce, he started to live like he had no purpose. Because he lost his job, lost his career, didn't pass the test, he started to live like he had no purpose. Never allow your circumstance to convince you that you have no purpose. Never allow your circumstance to convince you that you have no purpose. Many women have gone through abuse. I know it happens to men too, but let me stereotype for a minute. Many women have gone through abuse and they start to believe that they have no value, they have no purpose. You have purpose. Many people of different nationalities and ethnicities have gone through abuse and they start to believe that they have no purpose. You have purpose. And that is what you have to learn to hold on to. Push through trust reminds us that we have purpose. Hashtag I have purpose. I have purpose. That's why you're going to push through and you're going to trust God to carry you through it. So that's where Samson is. He said, Lord, I need this. And Samson took hold of the 2 pillars upon which the house stood and on which it was born, of the one with his right and one with his left hand, Here's what you have to realize. When you get ready to move your circumstance with push through trust, take hold of it with all you have and all you can use. He didn't have his eyes, but he still had his hands. Take what you have and what you can use and use that to the glory of God. You may not be able to sing as well as somebody else, but boy, you know how to park a vehicle, just using examples. Or you know how to pass out a meal, just using examples. There's something you can do to still fulfill your purpose. Sometime in relationships, one person is just so gifted in so many different things. Your gift may be simply to trumpet them. That may be your purpose, is to push them and be okay with that. Okay? There are some people who are good at being out front, and then there's some who are better behind the scenes. Be happy with that. He took his right hand and left hand. He said, I at least have this. Use what you do have. Okay? Maybe you're not quite as bright as the rest of them, but maybe you have a very good memory. Then get busy. Memorize it all then. Okay? You get it? Maybe you're not a good offensive player, but boy, if they put you on the D line, you're going to be awesome. You get it? Take what you have. That's what push through trust will do. It will teach you to take what you have and go with it. Okay? All right? Hashtag I'm going with what I have. All right? That's what we have to learn to do, is to just go with what push through trust gives you to have. All right? All right, so Samson took the middle pillars upon the house stood. Oh, I just read that, 29, left and right hand. So he has it. Verse 30. And Samson said, let me die with the Philistines. Here, all right? He said, let me die with the Philistines. Listen, I'm not advocating your physical death. All right? I want to be clear on that. Well, watch this. Here's what Samson's saying. He's saying, I'm willing to give all that I have to my purpose. I am willing to give all that I have to my purpose. Just write that out on your lines. I'm willing to give all I have to my purpose. That's what Samson is showing us today, that he was willing to give all he had to his purpose. And to do it, he had to use push through trust. Okay? And we'll be defining that a little clearer for you. That's where you have to be. I'm willing to give all I have to my purpose. What's your purpose? I challenge you tonight to give that some thought. Ponder tonight. What's my purpose? Why am I here? What am I doing? What's my purpose in this area? What's my purpose in this area? Find that and then give all you can to that purpose, to the extent of looking somewhat foolish to others while you're doing it. If you're a teacher, then you have to give all you can to teaching. If you're an administrator, you have to give all you can to be an administrator. All right? You get it? All right. And let me die. And he bowed himself with all his might and pushed. The house fell upon the lords and upon the people with were therein. So he died. So the death when he slew at his death were more than they when he was alive. You get it? He finished more then than he ever had. And here's what's going to happen to you. When you get the strength for push through trust, you're going to end one season of your life and transition into another. When you get the strength to go with your push through trust, you're going to see one season of your life end and transition into another. You get it? That transition is going to put you in a dimension with you and where God wants you to be. You're going to find exactly where God wants you to be. All right? So with that, let me give you the definition of push through trust now, and then I'm going to go through some other commentary notes that I've made here to be sure that I give you a complete lesson tonight. Okay, here's Revis' definition of push through trust. I can write my definition since I coined it, push through trust. Ready? Push through trust is trust that encourages you to get back up from your downfall or your situation or your circumstance. Say that again. Push through trust is trust that encourages you to get back up from your downfall or your situation or your circumstance and give your very best to completing your purpose in life. Push through trust is trust that encourages you to get back up from your downfall, your situation, your circumstance, your adversity, and give your very best to completing your purpose in life because you trust God. You give your best in life because you trust God. It might look silly to anyone else, but you trust God. You get it? So it's time for you to stop sitting there like you don't have a life, like you don't have a purpose, like you don't have faith. Push through trust says get up and do it again. Get up and try again. Get up and dance again. Get up and run again. Get up and preach again. Get up and raise your children again. Get up and love your spouse again. Get up and help your community again. Get up and do something that has purpose. All right? Now, let me just check a few other notes here that I'll make sure I share with you. Yeah. You see, with push through trust, you know that there's a clear bondage on your situation. With push through trust, you know there's a clear bondage on your situation. But your spirit is crying out for you to get up and fight. It's crying out for you to get up and fight it. You know there's a bondage on your situation. You know you're not as happy as you once were. You know you're not as comfortable as you were. You know you're not settled in the situation you're in. You've accepted it and you're doing it, but you're not settled in it. You need push through trust to get you to your transition point. You get it? All right? Push through trust also says that I don't know how, I don't care how I got here. It doesn't matter how I got here. I don't know why I'm here. I don't know what I didn't do to get here. But it's clear that I should not be here. And I'm stopping it right now. I'm putting an end to it. I'm putting an end to this anger I've been in. I'm putting an end to this frustration. I'm putting an end to this confusion. Put an end to it. It's like the spouses that as soon as one walks in, the other one just starts to fight because that's what they do every day at 5 o'clock or 5:15 or whatever time. Put an end to it. Refuse to do it anymore. Okay, you get it? All right? Just stop it. That's what push through trust. Push through trust says that I can live without that circumstance. Push through trust says I can live without that circumstance. Therefore, I'm putting a stop to it. All right? So push through trust is your chance, your opportunity to live even when you're struggling with life and the things of life. Push through trust, your opportunity to live, to get up, to go, to experience, to be happy, to have joy, to have peace, to enjoy your relationships, to experience the glory of God in your life, even though you're struggling with life and the things of life. Samson was struggling with the things of life, okay? But he recognized that there was still a God inside of him. He still had faith, but he needed push through trust to reactivate his faith position. It is push through trust that reactivates your faith position. You have a faith position you want reactivated? Start to push through with push through trust. All right? And when you start to push through, you need to start to have a declaration. You need to start to say to the Lord, same thing, Samson. He told the Lord what he expected. Okay? He said, Lord, I expect you to bless me because I need to be avenged for these 2 eyes. Just strengthen me one more time. I expect it and I trust it. I'm going to get strength. I might not get my sight, but I'm going to get strength. And that's how you have to be. You have to start say, Lord, I expect to be healed from this pain. Okay? Because I still want to be a good mother to my children. Lord, I know I was abused early in my life, but I refuse to live in my next relationship like I'm an abused and beat down person. You get it? All right? You might say, Lord, I fell into one of those places where there was a con man for a pastor. He wasn't a pastor. I said it. Okay? He was a con man. And now I don't trust any other people of the gospel. But Lord, I refuse to live the rest of my life with that kind of mistrust in my heart and in my life. I'm going to push through it. And I'm going to trust that you are going to give me the deliverance and you are going to transition me from that season into the best season before your face. That's what push through trust will do. All right. So let me give you then 5 features here that help to identify push through trust and things that people involved in push through trust do. All right. I'm going to give you 5 of them. You ready? 5 things or 5 features of those involved in push through trust. All right. So what do you have to do? Here we go. Number 1, believe you still have purpose. Believe that you still have a mission with purpose. Number 1, believe you still have a mission with purpose. So what do you need to do? Just confess that I still have a mission with purpose. That's number 1. You've got to believe that. You have to search inside you and say, you know what? I believe the Lord has more for me than this circumstance I'm stuck in. And I believe I still have a mission with purpose. Number 2, believe that your right now location is a good place to start. Believe that your right now location is a good place to start, wherever you are, in whatever condition you're in. I don't care what your condition is. Name it. That's a good place to start. I don't care if you're confused, depressed. Start there. Believe that your right now location, your right now situation is a good place to start. So here's what you got to do. Take action now. Somebody hashtag it. Take action now. Number 3, here you come. You won't like this one. Number 3, get ready. Listen close. Risk complete failure. Risk complete failure. Samson against all these people, that was risky business. What if he had only pushed down one part of the facility? Then he has to deal with all those that he didn't. What if I only raise one of my children well? What happens to the others? What if I only get one promotion in my career? What if I only graduate and can't find a job? You have to risk complete failure if you're going to have push through trust. Risk complete failure. That's what Samson risked. You got it? Number 4, decree your intentions. Decree your intentions. You need to learn to decree your intentions. You need to speak them and say, I will pass this test. I will get this job. I will have a peaceful marriage. I will grow this ministry. I will have solid finance. I will have joy. I will have peace. I will have health. I will have healing. I will. Decree your intentions. In other words, it's time you had a serious talk with God. Let me just say it simple. It's time you had a serious talk with God. That's number 4. And number 5, willingly act like this is the last thing you will ever do. Willingly act like this is the last thing you will ever do. Listen, if you're going to cook a great meal, you ought to cook it like it's the last supper. Every meal you cook ought to be like it's the last supper. Every hello you say to your husband ought to be like you're never going to see him again. Every kiss you give your baby ought to be like that's the last time you'll see him. Every gift you give ought to be the finest that you can give at that time. Every effort you give at your job ought to be the absolute best. Every song you sing to praise of God ought to be like you'll never get a chance to sing again. When they give you the microphone, they ought to have to take the microphone from you. You get it? When you dance, you ought to dance like I am never going to get a chance again. When you preach the gospel, preach like this is the absolute last message you'll ever preach. You have to, when you have pushed through trust, you willing to act like this is the very last thing I'll ever do. In other words, give it your all. Okay? So there you have it. So what push through trust does is helps you to live like you're living instead of like you're gone. It helps you to live like you're living instead of like you're gone. You refuse to live dead. You're going to live with life. All right? Because push through trust brings purpose-filled living. Push through trust brings purpose-filled living. So if there comes a time when you realize you're living outside of your expected purpose, take action and push through the circumstance by expecting God to grant you victory. If there comes a time when you realize that you're living outside of your expected purpose, take action and push through the circumstance by expecting God to grant you victory. It's time to push through. This is Dr. Anthony Revis, Faith Ministries Church, Midland, Michigan, USA. God bless.